Good morning, everyone. This is M4J Watt Replays, and today we've got 3 more replays for you here today. The first one is Harriet1639 driving his T32. The second one is D_O driving the M5A1 Stewart. And finally, I have an older Studer Emil replay of my own doing for the end. So first up, we are watching Harriet1639, and he's getting some shots. What am I saying? Getting some side shots off across on those enemy medium tanks. And he's just going to sit here and start to push forward now that they are being whittled down. But he's going to have a pretty good game here. He's going to show us just how good the T-32 can be. But yeah, I'm kind of rambling on. Here he is. He's over here. There's that Panther 2 there. He's going to come out and go for the shots in his rear. Gets a nice shot there. Now he's going to back up to make sure that Panther 2 doesn't retaliate. But the Panther doesn't want to know him. He's more worried about the other medium tank over there. So he's just going to drive forward, get out of the way, or line of fire. And now Harriet is going to push this Tiger 1 that is all by himself. So he's going to come up here, gets a nice shot on that lower plate, and he's just going to come up and face hug this Tiger 1. And a T-32 face hugging pretty much any Tier 7, it's pretty much invincible, especially against these Tigers, because they just can't get their gun down enough to be able to penetrate that upper plate as easily as they should be able to. So this Tiger is absolutely helpless. The only thing he could do is go for the cupola, but he's not doing that. He's just trying to get to that lower plate, and there's just nothing that he can do. Now, there are some tanks like the AMX M445 that can actually penetrate your upper plate when you're face-hugging them, because they've got that 10 degrees of gun depression, and all they have to do is just aim down, and even if they can't get it with armor piercing because you're angling, he can just load the Premo and take you out really easy. Although you do have more damage per minute than an AMX M445, I believe. But anyways, he takes out that Tiger 1 all for himself. He's going to come up here. There's the SU-152 and the KV-4. So he's going to go ahead and get a shot on that KV-4's turret there. And now he's going to focus on the SU-152. And this SU and the Pantera, he needs to be careful because these are 2 tanks. They'll be able to penetrate him or do damage to him very, very easily. Because the SU's just got that derp gun. He can just splash some HE on his turret. He's going to come around, goes for a shot on the SU. Unfortunately, he does miss that one. And the Pantera is able to pierce his hull with ease. But so he's going to drive back and forth and try to bait a shot. Aims in. He takes a shot from the SU, a high explosive round, 257. And the SU gets cleared by the T-44. And now it's just his full health Pantera here. So he's going to put on the speed boost and the reactive armor, and he's going to rush in. He goes in, gets a nice little ram there. And as you can see, the Pantera is just going through his armor like butter. Because it does have that 10 degrees of gun depression, and it's got pretty good penetration. And he's just able to go through that frontal armor really easy. But he's going to get another shot off on the excuse me, on the hull, and the T-44 is able to take out the Pantera as well. And now all he's gonna try to do is push up this hill here and maybe get that last shot off on that KV-4 for his second kill. But whether or not he manages to take out that KV-4, he's had a pretty good game so far. 4,476 damage, and he has blocked 665 damage. And he does manage to take out that KV-4 with a high explosive round to the turret. So a pretty good game there from Harriet1639 and the T-32. Unfortunately, it was only a first class, but he still managed to get 1,153 base XP. Maybe next time he will get a mastery class. And so next up we have D_O driving the M5A1 Stewart. This tank is often, well, it's been power crept. I'm not gonna lie. The M5 Stewart, the Tier 3 American light tank, it's actually almost better than this is, and it's at a lower tier. They do the same amount of damage. I don't know about the reload time difference. The M5A1 may have slightly better reload time. Penetration, I do know, is better on the M5A1 Stewart. And as for the normal M5 Stewart, the accuracy the speed and the mobility is actually better on the tier 3 than on the tier 4. So really, there's no reason why you would want to play the A1 Stewart over the M3 Stewart. But he's here. He's playing this tank. It, I believe, is a collector vehicle now. I'm probably wrong. Actually, come to think of it, it's not a collector vehicle. Correct me if I'm wrong. But he's sitting here trying to get some shots off. Gets a nice shot there on that DW2. He's going to come out and go for one more shot on him. Is he going to be able to make it? He's going to go for this side, so he gets a nice shot in there. And now he's going to just maybe get another... see if he can get a shot on that B1. But there's no shots to be had, so he's just going to rush this M7 here. Tries to get a shot midair. Unfortunately, he does miss that one. But he lands, and he's going to rush this M7. And I don't think he's actually going to do any damage, because he's already bounced off once there. He's going to come up. He's going to bounce a second time. So now he's going to actually aim in and see where he's hitting. He's going to go for that hole there, and he actually manages to get a shot off on the M7. He's going to just... well, the M7 just doesn't want to know him, so I think he's... yes, he's going to be able to take the M7 out. And now he's going to turn around and focus on this KV1 here. It gets a nice shot there, takes off the KV1's track. Unfortunately, he is getting a shot in the rear from that B1. So he's going to move forward here. Tries to go for another shot on that KV1, but he's not going to be able to get that. So this DW2 moves into his line of fire. So now he's going to push him and start attacking his sides and rear while he is distracted. And unfortunately, he does bounce those few shots, and finally he just annoys the DW2 enough to the point where he's going to start attacking him. And he is going to do the right thing here in a moment. He's going to ignore that DW2, and he's going to attack the KV1 with his PZ4G. Definitely the right decision there, focusing fire on the same tank rather than sitting there and trying to fight another tank. And that decision is no doubt going to cause them to win the game. Is no doubt what caused them to win the game, sorry. But he's sitting here, he's going for that KV1's track again, gets a shot into his side. The Leopard takes out the B1 on the enemy team, gets a nice shot there into that lower plate, and I believe the PZ4G is going to take out this KV1. Actually, no, he's not. The KV1, or DW2 takes out the PZ4G, Leopard takes out the KV1, and it is now just a Leopard versus this DW2. So they're both going to push him now. He's going to try to get that lower plate. Unfortunately, the DW2 does take out the Leopard, but he is able to just drive around, circles this DW2, and take him out. So a very nice game there in the M5A1 Stewart from D_O. Managed to get 2 kills out of that in a tier 5 battle and do 1,973 damage. So a well-earned ace there in the M5A1 Stewart. Not often do you get 1,900 damage in a tier 4, let alone this tier 4. And finally, I have a game with my Studer Emil from a fair amount of time ago. So we've driven up to this position on Winter Malinovka. Already we've been able to get a shot off on that AMX1375. And now we're just going to really sit here and wait for any more shots. Unfortunately, we're not really going to get any. I see the VK36 and the Jagdpanther, but I'm going to go for a shot there. Unfortunately, we just missed the VK36's turret. But we're really not going to have any shots here, so we're just going to sit here, see if we can get another shot. And I'm just about to move forward when the Tiger Kuromori mine gets spotted. So I'm going to scope in on him, get a nice 590 or 490 shot into him. And he is going to back up and hide now. And I'm just going to sit here because I know he's going to come out again. There he does. And 499, taking that Tiger Kuromori mine out in 2 shots. And now we're going to come over here. We don't have a shot on the Panther or the Jagdpanther. So we're just going to sit here. Maybe the Jagdpanther's going to come out, but he's actually not. So what we're going to do, we don't have any shots. We're going to start moving forward. And that is pretty much what effective sniping is. Although you don't just sit there and camp the entire game. As soon as you don't have any shots and there aren't going to be any coming soon, you move forward. So we're coming up here. There's that Jagdpanther. You know we're going to come around the corner. So we aim, take him out. And it is now a 2 versus 4. But the enemy team has a full health Tiger and a Cheeto. And our team is going to vanish quickly. So right away, our Chaffee got taken out, and our Panther is yellowing this Tiger for some stupid reason. He manages to get one shot, maybe two shots off on that Tiger before he gets taken out. And now it's in a mill and an SU-152. My mill is at full health, but the SU is in one shot versus two full health tanks. So we come around and get a nice shot there on that Cheeto taking off his track. And we're just going to push forward to this building here. I don't want to get shot from the Tiger because I know that he will just tear me apart. We're going to load the HE and see if we can get this Cheeto. Unfortunately, we hit his track for only 277. So now we're just going to back up and try not to get shot anymore. Maybe we can get around behind this building before the Tiger and the Cheeto comes around. We managed to bounce a shot. We turn around, take him out, and now we have a full health Tiger to deal with. And this, folks, is the nightmare for a Stir a Mill, because it has a great gun, but its damage per minute compared to a Tiger is nothing. A Tiger can just come up to you, face hug you, and just obliterate your health. But this Tiger, fortunately, is a noob. He, instead of sitting there and face hugging, he turns around and runs to this building, giving me the chance to reload. Makes a mistake there, comes out, lets me shoot him. He's going to come around, gets another shot on me. And why on earth he doesn't just sit out and take me out, I don't know. He'd rather capture base B than take out a Stir or Mill, which can easily out damage per minute. And that is going to cost him the game. So we're just going to sit here behind this building, and we're going to sit here. We're trying to bait him to see if he'll come out. And so I'm going to turn and start driving forward in just a moment. Okay, here we go. We're going to drive forward and see if we can bait him. He's going to take that bait, turns around, and we turn around, and we are going to take him out. So, a very, very nice game there in the Stir Mill. Managed to get 4 kills, 3,697 damage, and and the Masterclass badge. And that is all for today, folks. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed already, go ahead and hit that subscribe button down below. This is M4J Watt Replays, over and out.